Awesome. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining Stockton REI Network September webinar. We have a special presentation by Bruce talking about the mindset for being a successful person, not necessarily successful in real estate, but just being successful in life. So really grateful for all of you to come join us. A lot of first timers here. Thank you for joining, and a lot of repeat business as well. So thank you all for coming back. I will share my screen so that we're all on the same page. So for the Stockton REI Network September webinar, we will go over introductions of the group. We'll be going over a wholesaler's 7 equities of a balanced life with Bruce. We'll have the rest of the time open for discussions, and then the remaining time at the end for any announcements. So let's dive into the introductions. Please say your name, where you're from, your real estate experience, and what you are looking for or what you are hoping to learn from today's webinar. I'm happy to get started first. I'm Willie Marquez, born and raised in Stockton, currently live in Stockton. I invest in real estate, mostly rental properties. I invest here in Stockton, Southern California, the Bay Area, and out of state in Indianapolis. I've been talking to Bruce, and I'm hoping to talk to Alan shortly. I'm actually selling a couple of my properties right now, so I'm pretty excited about that and looking to reinvest that money into further rental properties. And so what I'm looking for, just looking at network, really trying to grow and learn and surround myself by like-minded people and really get going on real estate so I can retire early. So with that being said, happy to go down the list of introductions. We will start with Mark, and then go to Joe Mark, and then Gerald. So Mark, if you don't mind coming off of mute and doing your introduction, that would be great.
Hi, my name is Mark Boncaron. I'm from Stockton, California as well, born in Merced, California. I have really no experience in real estate. I'm hoping to get into it, get more information about it and some guidance. What are you hoping on? Yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you coming for the first time.
Thank you.
Joe Mark, if you want to come off of mute and introduce yourself, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, my name's Joe Mark. Also, I go by JJ. I'm from Stockton, but I'm currently studying here in San Francisco at SF State. I have no real estate experience at all, but I'm hoping, like what Mark said, to kind of learn and just seeking for guidance to kind of get started and learn about the process.
Awesome. Welcome, Joe Mark. Totally appreciate it. Let's go to Gerald, and then we'll go to Alan.
Hey guys, my name is Gerald. I'm from Stockton. Real estate investing experience. I've done 2 wholesale deals, and that's really it. I have a property out over off of Alpine that I partnered up with my uncle. We're not cash flowing nothing from it, no return on investment just yet, but it appreciating. But the good thing is that mortgage is being paid off, right? That's all we can really hope for. But what I'm looking for is to do deals. I've talked with Willie plenty of times. I've talked with Bruce before. Bruce and we've talked on calls plenty of times, and what I'm hoping to learn is more to pick out of his brain, because for the little time that we've talked, I try to pull more out of him, but he's so busy that getting on this call is possibly the best thing for me. So thank you, Willie.
Awesome. And if you're looking to get the same barber as Bruce, Gerald is your guy. All right, and let's
I've never cut his hair before.
All right, let's go to Alan.
What's up, guys? My name is Alan, from Stockton as well. Real estate investing experience. I have 1 rental property, basically rented to family. It's minimal cash flow, but it's, like what Gerald said, it's paying off the mortgage. What I'm looking for is surround myself with guys like Willie, Bruce, and whoever talks real estate. Just like surround myself with like-minded people. And I'm looking to hoping to get my first deal by the end of the year. Thank you guys.
Yeah, we definitely got the funnel here. We got some wholesalers to give you some good deals. We got some people with rental experience to get you going. And Alan and I are going to be meeting up in person shortly. So I've met Gerald in person, Bruce in person. So if any of you want to meet up, sync up, have a regular chat or grab lunch, let's definitely do that. So save the worst for last is Bruce. So Bruce, would love for you to give your introduction to the group. This is your profile that you shared and that many people have seen on the email, but happy to have you give your introduction, Bruce, about your story.
So shit. Can you guys hear me? Okay. No, I'm good. My story was so pretty much ended up getting my wife a Tesla, and it was kind of like we had it, and I didn't feel like it was like we were able to make the payments, whatever, and get by, but it just didn't feel like it was like good use of those funds every month, sending that money to Chase. And I pretty much got into, I just went down like a rabbit hole on YouTube, learned about Dave Ramsey. And for everyone that's like in my group or, in my circle, I was always in their ear, like, talking about Dave Ramsey this, Dave Ramsey that. And,
Hey Bruce,
after a while,
for people who are unfamiliar with Dave Ramsey, can you give us like a really quick like snapshot of his teachings?
oh yeah, well, Dave Ramsey's just pretty much, teaches the baby steps to build wealth and, just be smarter with your money. And I think that was my issue, that I didn't have like real like financial literacy. Like, okay, yeah, you could make, X amount of money and, live in a nice ass house and drive a nice car. But I mean, if you're not financially like literate, you're just as broke as the next guy that's, that's not making any money. And yeah, pretty much really dove into Dave Ramsey, really just did everything, paid off our debt. And then, after that, I was like, all right, what am I going to do now? Like, I felt like there was more to building wealth than just throwing all this money into the 401k. And, it was like, all right, yeah, I get it. Freaking, by the time I'm done with PG&E, I could leave, I could retire and, have a, pretty decent retirement. And I just went down another rabbit hole, found bigger pockets, and it was pretty much over after bigger pockets, man. It was finally that, because I've always had an interest in like real estate, because you see all these other other investors, seasoned investors, what's his name, shit. Anyways, damn it. No. He's the black guy here in Stockton. He invests here in Stockton.
Jason?
No. He ran for council. God,
Oh,
I can't.
Michael Tubbs?
No, not Michael Tubbs. Anyways, older guy. He has that mansion on the south side.
Yeah,
anyways,
Ralph White.
Ralph White. Yeah, there we go. Ralph White. Like I remember like hearing about Ralph White growing up, and him, just being in a real estate, and other people, in my family, and just I've always knew that there was a way to do it with real estate. And after I found bigger pockets, it was like, damn, like everything's there, like all the resource, all these other people that are doing exactly what I want to do. And pretty much just dove in, got into all the books, the podcast, and I just really I just hunkered down, you know, just stopped, didn't really go out, and just really just stayed focused and just tried to figure out like, okay, how can I make this work? You know, like, you know, having a full-time job and, you know, having a family and, you know, just, you know, get pulled everywhere in every direction. And uh, pretty much just got into wholesaling, learned about wholesaling through other investors and, uh, you know, reading more books, you know, listening to more podcasts. And uh, that part was kind of scary because, like, you know, like really putting myself out there, like really, you know, building a website and, you know, putting it out there. And, you know, people are like actually like calling me and, you know, that was kind of freaky. But yeah, just finally did it. And, you know, I launched, I guess, the company on my 40th birthday in 2020. And, you know, just been doing it ever since. But I mean, you know, prior to that, you know, I just doing a lot of research.
Oh, did we lose Bruce?
Been doing it ever since. And since then, I'd say probably towards the end of this year, I'm probably, can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, I'd say, I mean, I'm pretty much on track to clear about 350. And you know, I've never thought I could ever do anything like that. I mean, you know, I'm just some freaking kid that graduated from a continuation school. You know what I mean? Like, and then just I felt like there was more that I want, more in life that I wanted than just PG&E. Like, yeah, it's a great job or whatever, you know, it's, you know, I'm being of service to the community, but I, you know, like I go there and, you know, it's, you know, just having to work around all these all these white boys, and it's like, you know, I was just like the black sheep out of the group. You know, a lot of them are just a bunch of cowboys, and, you know, like, I don't know, I just never like really connected with them. And I mean, they're fine. Like, I never had like any like crazy issues with them, but um yeah, I just wanted more. And learning about real estate, you know, I truly feel that this is, it's definitely a path to building wealth. It's definitely a path to just freedom, and, you know, just being able to live life on your terms. You know, I'm not having to deal with, you know, freaking uh, you know, issues with, you know, being able to take time off work or, you know, things like that. And uh, yeah, I just been grinding ever since. And it's it's been a struggle, um, but, you know, it's been worth every transaction, every deal. You know, the people I meet, um, I love it, man. This is definitely, you know, like everyone says, you know, I wish I would have done this, you know, sooner. And, you know, hats off to everyone that's younger than me in this group, because, man, you guys have time on your, you know, on your side. And you could talk to, like, you know, these millionaires that are, you know, in their 50s and 60s, like, you know, for them to have what you guys have, you know, you know, like, you guys are doing the right thing. You guys are taking like massive steps towards, you know, your legacy, your you know, your the family generation legacy. So, you know, hats off to you guys, man. Seriously, that's a it's a great thing that what you guys are doing.
Absolutely, Bruce. Before we get to your presentation about kind of building a balanced life and building a great and successful routine, would love to get everybody on the same page here. Bruce, can you explain what is wholesaling and how it is you got into wholesaling?
So wholesaling is pretty much, you're going out and finding those people that just in a situation where they are motivated to sell, and different types of motivation, whether it's financial, just living conditions, outgrown the home, or they're elderly and they don't want to go up and down the stairs anymore. Um,
Which
that's
which stories do you hear most often as a wholesaler? What is the main reason you hear?
So lately in this area, a lot of like financial reasons. One being uh, the property's going into pre-foreclosure. Just liens on the house. Just financial distress. Um, what else? And
Retired landlords.
yeah, retired landlords, and
Yeah.
also a lot of, like, lately, well, not lately, but I mean, probably like, say, 3 or 4 months ago, like I had a lot of people that were just migrating, and they had jobs waiting for them in other states, and just didn't want to have to deal with their property, having to list it and having to wait. So pretty much you're just finding these people that need this, that have motivation to sell their house. And guys like myself, guys like Gerald, we go out there. I guess the key is just to be the first one to get in front of them. Is it's I mean it does help. I mean, there's definitely a lot of competition with wholesalers, but being the first one in front of them and building the rapport, talking to them and just saying like, hey, you know, uh, building the rapport, talking to them, and kind of getting to the point where they want to come to terms on selling their house. And I mean, I'm totally upfront with them. I tell them like, yeah, for me to be able to purchase your house, I am going to have to do it at a discount, or I can't purchase it at retail, or things like that. And pretty much, I get that property under contract. I have it under contract. I bring it over to title, and I have a handful of buyers, say about 10, maybe less. But I pretty much just bring that deal to them, and I mean, they swoop it up, and yeah. So you're pretty much acting as, you're pretty much just finding a deal for the other investors that
Right.
that
Right.
you're pretty much using their funds to bring to title, and uh, to make the transaction work at
Got it.
title. So I
And
mean, just real quick, like it's like if you were to bring it to title, it's kind of like they consider it like a ABC transaction. So A being the seller, me being the wholesaler, and then C is the end buyer. You're using C funds to purchase the house, and then pretty much, I come to terms with the end buyer on how much my assignment fee is going to be. And that kind of ranges anywhere between, I don't know, 5 to 15 per transaction. So
got it. And Bruce, out of
You mind if I butt in there?
oh
Kind
yeah,
of
go for it,
add
Joe.
in. So essentially, what Bruce is trying to say is, what wholesalers are is, we're problem solvers at the end of the day, right? So we're helping motivated sellers figure out, hey, how could we help you out with the situation that you're in, whether that be if you're in a divorce situation, or if you've been inherited a property that your parents have given you after their passing, and so you happen to be on the will, or let's just say like a retired landlord that's had tenants there for 25 years or so. You know, typically they're motivated sellers, and us wholesalers, we have a solution for their problems. And what we ask for is an exchange for their equity for pretty much time and convenience, right? And so, you know, we're in marketing and we're in sales, but essentially we're problem solvers at the end of the day. That's all.
Yep. That sounds great. Thank you, Bruce and Gerald, for that definition. Bruce, can you tell us, out of all of the real estate investing strategies, why did you choose wholesaling? And then after we address this one, I know you talked about the size of your business and how much you're projected to clear this year, but would love to dive into, you know, your strategies for being efficient and living a balanced life as you were addressing.
Yeah. So why I chose wholesaling?
Yeah.
Was
So
that it?
why did you choose wholesaling?
Um, well, I mean, I didn't really have like a ton of money to you know, buy a rental, or you know, at that time. So pretty much just I figured out like, all right, with the wholesaling, like it's just a quick transaction. Like, you know, you're not having to go in, you're not having to, you know, rehab it, you're not having to, you know, the the exit is like super quick. The transaction's quick. I mean, for the most part, I mean, out of all the other exits that you can have with property. So pretty much, I mean, it's not so I'm, you know, I'll be upfront and honest, like the wholesaling, it's not like super sustainable. I mean, you know, you can't, you know, you constantly have to market, you constantly have to, you know, get on the phone, you constantly have to, you know, close all these deals. And you know, it is scalable, right? That was kind of cool. That I was like, all right. And I figure, all right, if I could at least like maybe just try, you know, just try to do it, and um I guess get my feet wet. uh Pretty much I just learned about, you know, getting my website out there, um building a carrot site. My first carrot site was super freaking plain and junky. Oh, going back, so carrot is, it's a platform where you could build like your website. A lot of wholesalers use it, and some real estate agents use it. And with Carrot, it's you know, another subscription or whatever. But just yeah, I just went all in. Listened to, I forget what podcast. I mean, you know, you freaking listen to so many of them. It kind of just, it was pretty much like I just took that information and just ran with it, and uh, got into the website, and you know, had a friend in Indiana that kind of helped kind of guide me, because you know, I pretty much just looked at his website. I'm like, oh, I kind of like that, and you know, I started finding like other carrot sites. You know, start putting that together, and I mean, I was doing this shit like, you know, I was waking up like at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, getting a few hours in before work, going to work from, you know, 7 to 4:30, and then you know, after that I'd come home and, you know, get back on it. And you know, it was like that for a while, and you know, uh, had to back off a little bit, kind of get some balance in my life, because there wasn't anything else I was doing, and there was no, you know, my you know, me and my wife were going at it, because all that energy and focus was going towards this thing that I was trying to get off the ground. And yeah, so uh, yeah, just pretty much got my carrot site going, and I just, yeah, I just went all in. I mean, it was super scary because like you, I didn't know if I was doing everything like right, or if I was saying the right stuff. I think I told a couple of you guys, like on my first calls with sellers, like I was getting ran over, you know, um, uh, just trying to talk to them about, selling their house off market. And yeah, pretty much got through that little phase, and with my CRM, uh, I'm able to listen to all the calls. All my calls are recorded, so I'm able to listen, go back and listen to the calls. And I was like kind of training myself, like, damn, oh, sounded bad there. Don't say that, just really like being hard on myself and really critiquing like my work. And pretty much like after a few calls, like, all right, I started getting better and better and better, and just pretty much just, yeah, after, you get me on a call, it's like, all right, well, let's go. Let's get it.
Awesome, Bruce. I think that gives us a good understanding of your background and kind of what you do in terms of being a wholesaler and how you came across it. So obviously with your real estate journey and how large your business is now, would love to hear your thoughts and your presentation in regards to the 7 equities for a balanced lifestyle.
Yeah, I thought that this would be more important to talk about, just for anyone like being in this industry, getting in this space, because um, it, it could get fucking taxing, dude. Like super straining, like just hard, man. Like there was times where I just felt like real bad, just I it really got to me mentally. And there was a time where uh I had some pretty bad depression because of how everything was, the way my relationship with my wife, with my kids, um with me personally, man. Like it felt like it was heavy. I mean, it got to a point where uh it got to a point where I had to check myself into a hospital. And that's just me being upfront and honest and vulnerable. Like I I had a counselor through the VA, and those conversations with him, he was just like, it might not be a bad idea, man. Just take a break from all of this. And I forgot what I was doing. I think it was on a Friday. Yeah, it was on a Friday. Right after work, I just drove my ass to the Palo Alto Hospital and uh, checked in. And man, that was probably one of the best things that I did, man. Because and really really like getting down to um, like my mental health. And that's why I think the mindset portion of all of this is very important, because if if your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, if that's not like taken care of. Because I mean, us as men, or as leaders of our families, I mean, there's a lot of riding on you. We're expected to lead. And like I'm not going to take credit for the 7 equities. That's from Kevin Sturdivant. He's a real estate agent down in LA, and he's just full of good vibes, man. And if you guys could find him on Instagram, he's solid, dude. He's a solid dude to just he just puts out good vibes and good energy. So so the 7 equities, that's pretty much uh your your mind, your body, and your spirit. So, your mental health, are you meditating, clearing your head, taking that time out to just, because you could get pulled in every direction, and just taking that 10, 15 minutes of just, calming your mind and clearing it and just kind of like just resetting it. Um, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but like where you get to a point where you're just like you're multitasking. You have this event to go to. You got to do this to prepare for this party or whatever. And your brain is just like you got so many things on your mind. It's almost like a computer. When you have like all these windows open, your computer starts to slow down. I don't know about you guys, but I noticed that, with me, like, I'm like, I get foggy. I'm like kind of forgetting stuff, or maybe it might be my old age, but um, it's, yeah, like really just taking that time out to meditate. What I found, I mean, this has helped me. I'm just speaking for, what's helped me, but like taking the time out to meditate and like really clearing my head. I do this in the morning. It's part of my morning routine, is just to I get up, I drink my water, and really just, I just shut up and just, I just listen to my breathing and concentrate on my breathing. Really, I've got apps on my phone that I use for meditating. And then after that, I get into a quick reading session. And then after reading, it's either I'll go on a quick run or I'll work out later in the day. But yeah, that's like really um, part of that morning routine. To me is freaking gold. That to me is like the reason why I'm able to do the stuff that I do. And like some people think I'm like just going, or like uh I'm built different or something. Like, no, like that's like I really take care of like the three things that are most important to me, like that I do in the morning, is just that meditation, working out, and that spirit, the spiritual health, either praying or just giving gratitude. And those three things like kind of just freaking I'm like set, man. Like I freaking get out of this door like I'm fucking going. And I got my my Google Calendar. I've got that all dialed in. I know when I'm working out. I know when I'm just relaxing and reading reading books, whatever. Um, Really just having those three things to set me off brings it to the other equities, and you know taking the time out for family. So what the other thing that I'm uh, that I'm doing also is um, really making sure that I take time out for me and my wife. She's working hard. I'm working hard. Like really just for us to like break away and really have that. It's set in my calendar. Like though this day at this time, this is when her and I are gonna just shut everything off. Put our phones away. Either it's just maybe it might be just a time just on the couch, just talking, or going out, just quick walk, dinner, whatever, and just really focusing on us, um, and really taking the time out with my stepson. It's uh, that relationship with him. It's been tough. Um, you know, uh, I was raised very different from how he was raised, And we're right now where we're at. I'm super grateful because, for all the struggles and the tough times that we've been through. Like, man, dude, like this dude is freaking resilient. He's been through some stuff with his biological dad. He's been through some stuff with me, but I mean, he's here. He's here with me, and I take that time out to really spend time with him, and I want to connect with him, and you know, uh, really be able to just pass something down. You know, so family. I mean, that's super important. Really taking the time out for family. Um, and friends. I mean, I've also, have it blocked out in my calendar. Uh, I just started this. So pretty much what I'm gonna do with that is really just call someone, not text them or send them an email. Actually call like a friend that I haven't like really connected with, you know, in a couple months because of the pandemic or whatever. But really just taking that time out to call them, let them know how much they mean to me, how much I'm grateful for that relationship that I have with them. Because with friendships, they're hard to come by, like really solid friendships. And I never want to take that for granted and just be like, oh, I'm uh I'm working on me, I'm working on my business. Like, no, like, like it's I'm grateful for the people around me, and that's what I wanna hold on to and like cherish and protect. So uh so the three, family, friends, career or business. So I mean, really just making sure that the first three are dialed in, then I'm able to, like everything else is that kind of puts everything else in alignment. And like the family's good, my friendships and my those relationships are good, and then I'm able to focus on my business or my career or whatever. Like really taking the time out to figure out, okay, what part of my business do I need to work on this week? What are those goals? What's gonna help push me to hit those goals? And sometimes just a simple phone call to a bank, or whatever it is. uh Really just taking the time out to do that, and you know laying it down on my calendar. So pretty much like on Sundays, I pretty much just do my whole week on Sundays. So I pretty much go through this whole thing on Sundays. Me and my wife figure out what we're gonna do. I figure out like what friend I'm gonna call. Figure out the different areas of my business that I'm gonna work on: marketing, business expenses. How what can I cut out? How can I bootstrap or lean out the expenses? Um, yeah, it's just go through all of it. And then the last thing is just finances. With the finances, I just pretty much just the way I do it, I just give every dollar a job. Whenever income comes in, or whenever I get paid from PG&E, it's just I set pretty much just set everything's all in bill pay or whatever. But whatever's left over, it's just either going back into the business or going into the other accounts that we have set up. But yeah, giving every dollar a job. uh just really um figuring out what I need to. I have a whiteboard in the other room, and it's all broken down into the different areas of the business, and I kind of just pick at that and just work at that. And that's pretty much it, man. Like I really ever since I started doing the spending that time on Saturday, it's doesn't take me long anymore. I mean, maybe about an hour, really just going through everything, and yeah, pretty much I like it because I'm able to, go through my week. I'm not, for the most part, I'm not missing anything, important appointments or, meetups. I'm really, I'm, I guess I would say like I'm waking up and I know what I need to get done. I'm not like guessing like, oh shit, I need to fucking call that seller, or I need to get this contract over. Like it's giving me peace of mind. It's giving me more time to like really slow my brain down and like really like calm down and like really just be intentional with my days, with my weeks, because I mean, time's the most valuable asset that we all have, man. And uh yeah, we don't get it, once it's gone, it's gone. And let me show you guys this real quick. This is my weeks in what is it, my life in weeks. So it's pretty much like on this left side right here. Can you guys see that? Yeah. On this left side, its average lifespan is 88 down here, and pretty much all these black dots are weeks that I've lived. So if you look at it, I'm pretty much halfway through, man. So yeah, that's so going across, that's the 52 weeks in a year. So I haven't done it yet, but we're probably somewhere around here.
Do
So
you mark it off every week, Bruce?
no, I don't. It's right in front of the coffee machine, and I'm having a look at it. So it's very strong reminder on not to waste time, and uh you know just really being intentional, man. And uh yeah, just so yeah, it puts everything into perspective.
So, we're
So
coming up on the next last few minutes here, Bruce. So I want to open it up to the group if they have any questions for you, Bruce. So if you
yeah.
have any questions, feel free to come off of mute and ask away.
um so yeah, I'll just go at it. With wholesaling, it I've done it to where I've locked up a deal and didn't find a buyer. I've had to uh, give up my earnest money. Um, you know, that wasn't, that didn't feel good.
I have a question.
Fire away.
Yeah. So how long do you think when you could start buying hold rental properties? How far?
I mean, pretty much one of the other goals is to do it before the end of the year. I mean, I haven't really done much research. I want to be able to purchase one out of state. Uh, yeah, don't don't want to do anything in California. It's just not what I want to do. So pretty much, definitely want to look into back in the Midwest. I mean, it shit. I mean, if I could find a property here, you know, smoke and deal, like yeah, I'd jump on it. And well, see, like that's the other thing too. Like the thing about wholesaling is like you're able to find those properties or those deals first, So the way I look at it is I'm going out, I'm finding all those deals, I'm locking it up, 60% below retail, whatever. But I'm the one that has the contract. So I'm the one that gets to decide whether if I want to keep it, okay, is this going to be a good rental for my portfolio? Nah, I don't want to. I don't want to have a rental in this area. Then that's when I'm going to pass it down. Or is this going to be a quick and easy flip? Am I going to clear 50 grand? Okay, cool. Am I going to be able to get in and out of it, in 2 months or in a month? All right, cool. Then yeah, so I think that's a benefit with wholesaling. You're able to find the good deals and keep it for yourself, or there you could just make 10 grand off of an assignment fee, which is and I mean the time spent. This is crazy. So like the time spent from the time you get in contact with a seller to the time you close, I mean, I'd say on average, I'm probably spending like an hour, maybe 2 hours of like, uh, contact, whether it's texting, on a phone call, um, just any kind of interaction with that seller. And I mean, for putting that much time into something that's gonna get me paid a whole lot more than PG&E. I like it.
Great. Thanks, Bruce. Let's go to Joe Mark. So Joe Mark, if you want to come off of mute, and then whoever else has a follow-up question after Joe Mark, feel free to unmute or raise your hand.
Yeah, thank you. I just had a quick question. How long would you say did it take for you to become, comfortable, wholesaling and, making a bunch of deals and just going deal by deal? And like also can you like touch up on like how many times you think, you kind of failed in terms of making deals?
All right, man, that was a very, very good question. So I didn't get my first deal, my very first official deal until I'd say it was probably like fucking 6 months, 7 months. It took me a while because, like those very first few calls, uh, I had decent, I guess, knowledge of, real estate transaction, um, but this was like totally different animal. It's like trying to, like you're dealing with, so pretty much, I mean, you're trying to purchase someone's house, a stranger's house, below retail or, at discount. It's like, it sounds fucking crazy, but I mean, it's, millions of people do it. I mean, where it's blown up, through social media or whatever. And um yeah, like I've gotten ran over off of phone calls. I had one guy, he was like just flat out like, oh, you're gonna lowball me, and oh, he just went in, and I'm like fucking like stuttering and like doing all that. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Dude, like this is bad. And it hurt in the very beginning because I was just like, man, dude, like, am I gonna be able to do this? And just having like other investors or other wholesalers, like, hey, just keep on doing it, keep on calling, just get on the phone. It's part of the process, blah blah blah. And it's like, all right. And I have, for those that know me, I have a very, very strong effort attitude with a lot of things. But yeah, I just kept going. I just kept on getting, uh, gotten cussed out. It was, gotten bad, but it got to a point where, you get this person on the phone, they're just like either they're stressed or pissed or whatever. And I just kept that same tone, that same focus. And yeah, I just kept doing it, and then really just started picking up after I got over the marketing spend fear. You know, I mean, to do 4 deals, 5 deals, 6 deals a month, you gotta spend some money. I mean, the way I do it, at least, and the way I do it is either through SEO, um, you know, the Google search. Uh, I use that, and the handwritten letters. So I use a company called Ballpoint. They pretty much some samples. So these are the samples that well, this is my custom envelope, and these are the ones that you could get from them. So it kind of stands out. It doesn't look like anything, and it's all handwritten with actual pen. That's what I use. And for them to, open this up, and like who gets handwritten letters anymore? No one really. I mean, and all of these people are like, in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. They're like, wow, this Bruce guy has nice handwriting. Seems like a nice guy. I'm gonna give him a call. And then they call me. We talk. Sometimes they're cool. Sometimes they're fucking pissed. But I also use a calling service that handles all the inbound calls. So I mean, the reason why I do that, for a while I was just taking my own calls, and I'm like freaking grocery shopping, or having dinner with my wife, and freaking I'm like, she's like fucking talking, and I'm picking up this phone call. That could be some good money. And yeah, so it's I had to really get over. I mean, that's the other thing too. Like, I really struggled with the spend. Like, I'm a cheap ass. I don't care. Like, everything needs to everything that I buy needs to be at discount. And for me to spend money, on shit, it was like, it was kind of hard. But I really got to a point where um, I think this also comes with like financial literacy, like really, using your money as a tool. Whether if it's going to free up your time, or you're able to pay someone to do some part of your business, to where it frees up your time, to where you're able to do more income producing activities or whatever. Like, that to me makes sense. I have a VA, virtual assistant. He's in the Philippines. Man, this guy does some crazy ass work, and he doesn't complain at all. And I'm so freaking grateful for him. And yeah, it's just pretty much it's just me and him that are doing all of this. And I'm pretty happy where I'm at. I mean, obviously, definitely want to do more, and I feel like I have a pretty good plan on how to get there. So
Thanks. Thanks, Joe Mark,
yep.
for the question, and thanks, Bruce. I want to be cognizant of the time here. It is 7:59, and I know we had this till 8, so I would love to start wrapping this up, but I don't know, Bruce, if you have time to potentially take any additional questions at the end. but we can come to that later. But Bruce, if people want to get in touch with you, maybe have a conversation with you or have lunch with you, what's the best way for somebody to reach out to you?
All you guys have my number, so no. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, more so on Instagram. I'm not like not super active, I guess, but I guess like I'm just a phone call away. If you guys want to talk real estate or just anything, you know, um, definitely will give me some time off to to break away from work and definitely have need to be able to set that time to just you know shut my mind off from all of this. So
For sure. And
yeah.
Bruce, for people who are not available to join this live call, maybe watching this YouTube recording afterwards,
Oh yeah.
how could people find you on Instagram? What handle should they search for?
Investing for the number 4 Arellano's Arellano, and you could I guess if you guys want to check out my business Instagram, I'm really not very active on that. Soda Forge or Forge Property Solutions. So yeah, sodaforge.com. That's my website. Yeah, hit me up. If you guys want to get on some deals, just let me know. Let me know what you guys are interested in, what area, and yeah.
Great. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, everybody, for attending. If you want to ask any additional questions, I'm free to hang around. Bruce, maybe you might have some minutes after to hang around, but in terms of last remarks as we close here, feel free to join us on our Slack group. That's where we're having a lot of discussions about potential in-person physical meetups, as well as any off-market deals that we find that might be pretty valuable to other people. You can find the invite to the Slack in the emails that I send. And also, just to plug in my business, I'm building this app. It's called the Rental Property Dashboard. We're about to have a really great update, and I think I'm going to try to get Forge to be listed on our new update here. But it will be your one space, your one-stop shop to find realtors, wholesalers, property managers, and be able to analyze for financial cash flow. So that's an app that I'm working on building. But thank you everybody for joining this September edition of the webinar. Thank you, Bruce, for your presentation and for your expertise. I think it was super helpful for all of us, especially those who, we get distracted a lot of the times. And so staying focused and staying grounded is definitely of the utmost importance. So thank you all for attending. If you want to ask any additional questions, hang around, feel free to stay on the call. Bruce and I will probably stay on for a few more minutes to answer any questions. And then from there, let's have a good night. So thank you all for formally attending. And if you want to hang around, feel free to stay on the call. Thanks, everyone.